Every morning, we are born again. What we do today is what matters most. Buddha.
Hi, I'm Melinda Van Fleet, and welcome to the Good Karma Success Coach podcast. I'm a success coach, speaker, and business consultant, and my husband Ryan and I were laid off at the same time 10 years ago. We moved to the Florida Keys without jobs, not knowing anyone, hardly any money, and we never even been here. But we made it, and now we're living our best lives. And all along on our journey, I've said that someday when we get our quote-unquote shit together, we will help others. And since then, we've both done a lot of self-work and built successful businesses. So that day is here, and one of my ways of paying it forward is through this podcast. Each week, my intent is to be relatable and bring you tactical tips, tools, share my learnings and stories that can help inspire or transform you wherever you are in your career or general life and make an impact. I strongly believe that if I can do it, you can do it too. So what's stopping you?
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me this week on the Good Karma Success Coach podcast, episode 101. Where does time go? That's why I really love that quote from Buddha. It really resonated, and I had written it in my journal some time ago, so I wanted to use it today, and I hope that it resonates with you as well. I also realized, as far as time flying by, that my intro says 10 years, but it's now 11 years. So someday when I feel like it, I will re-record my intro because that's really the only thing I need to change. So I should have made it timeless because that's really it. But anyhow, so if anyone out there catches that, that is true. I am a year off now in my intro. What I wanted to talk about today, that as crazy as this may sound, just cannot be talked about enough, is the power of positivity, keeping positive, protecting your energy, and really making conscious decisions in regard to that. And again, this cannot be talked about enough because people are still not doing that. There are a percentage of people that are, and kudos, but most people are not. And it's just, with everything going on, even becoming worse. And my husband and I, being that we're both business owners, we're both out there. We're not just sitting behind our computers even. And obviously it's very prevalent online, but even just out and about, talking to other people, working with clients, it is definitely something that is still going on. So I want to talk about the importance of protecting your energy and remembering to remember. And what does that mean? Remember to shut the TV off. Remember to think about if you want to talk to that person today and what feels good to you. So there's just a lot there, and I hope that you really think about some of these things. And if it's some things that you can work on, maybe you are in a bad place and this can help you get out of your bad place, or just some fine tuning, because, even myself, I need some fine tuning. I need to remember certain things and go, okay, yeah, I don't feel like talking to this person today because this person's going to bring me down a bad path, or, keep this phone conversation tight and move on. So it's very, very important, and it's important to remember. Something in conjunction that had been coming up for me that I wanted to share was the word compassion. And once in a while, when I would pull my oracle cards, it would come up as a card. Just the word kept coming across my path. And I pay attention to signs, as you know, if you follow me. And I'm very intuitive. And I was like, gosh, why is this coming up for me? Because I don't feel like I'm not compassionate. I actually feel like I listen to people and try to, really focus and care. Of course I care. So I was like, what, why is this coming up? And it was just that little nudge every once in a while that would just kind of appear in my path. And again, I couldn't really quite figure it out because I'm like, I don't want to get sucked down some bad energy path, right? So this is where the conscious thinking about remaining positive, staying out of the mud was kind of conflicting because I'm like, okay, I'm getting these little nudges about compassion, but I don't want to be someone who's all over this compassion wavelength in regard to others because then it's going to ruin my energy. And I want my energy to be positive because number one, that feels good, right? Number two, if you know anything about law of attraction and manifesting, that's where you want to be. You want to be in a feel good state. You do not want to be in a down in the dumps, worrying, anxiety, sad, stressfulness, because that is when things don't start going your way. It becomes a downward cycle, right? Because then you're bringing negative things into your path. So, as I said, I'm always consciously making sure I'm on this upward, positive path, which I am naturally, so that's good. And I realize some people might not be, but you still have to work at it because of everything going on around you. So like I said, it was just kind of coming across my path, this word compassion, and I couldn't quite place it because I was like, how is this ringing true for me? Like, what does this mean? Did I screw something up? Was there someone's feelings that I hurt? So once in a while I would kind of go down this thought loop, and then I would have to remember to stop that thought loop at the door and be like, okay, I'm not remembering something and no one has said anything to me, so it must be okay. Well, all of a sudden yesterday, as I've worked on clearing my head for these past 2 to 3 weeks, I've really worked on putting some new practices into place. I was pulling into a parking spot, and it all of a sudden dawned on me that compassion and how this kept coming up for me was actually meant for myself. It wasn't meant about somebody else. It wasn't meant that I wasn't being compassionate towards other people, not listening, not being empathetic at times, whatever is required or needed or helpful. And it was really about me, forgiving myself and not beating myself up about so many things. I beat myself up over, did I spend enough time writing? Should I be submitting to more blogs? Should I be spending more time cold calling for sales calls? And that guilt is something that I have to work on as I'm trying to be more balanced. And I think that happens to so many people. I think that being balanced in your energy and what your day looks like is a challenge for a lot of people. I think some people, when I think of my friends even, are they really balanced in between working and relaxing or self-care, however you want to bucket that? Most aren't. Most are either, work, run around, or they're like, where did my day go? What did I end up doing? I didn't do anything all day. I was watching TV. I was sitting outside, went for a walk, whatever. And that sounds all fun, but you do, if you have goals, let's put it this way, you do have to take some type of action. So I think the point of compassion for me was giving myself some grace when I am going to take some downtime and practice self-care or just relax and have fun. So like on Thursday afternoon, I went to the beach in the afternoon with my friend Terry in Naples, and it was fun. And then we went out at night, and I didn't go to bed till 11:30, which is way past my bedtime. But we stayed out, and then we laughed, and she was showing me how to fix something. And so we were just kind of up for a while. And that's just not my normal. But I was so happy on Friday that I didn't beat myself up over it. Everything was fine. Nothing fell through the cracks. everything got done and the world didn't fall apart because I went to bed late. And just having compassion for myself and giving myself grace and being like, okay, that's okay. I can do that. And when I look at these next couple weeks, I have some fun things scheduled and I'm super excited for that. And like I said, it could be the opposite. You could be someone who kind of struggles with taking action and you don't take enough action. So it's finding the balance and being compassionate with yourself about that as you move forward in that direction. So, yeah, so it was just this whole like weight came off my shoulders. And I'm really hoping that someone out there might be like, oh, yeah, I get that. I have the same thing. I need to settle down and relax, but then I feel guilty. I'm ignoring my kids. I'm not taking care of my house. I didn't take care of something. Those thoughts run through your head that you're going to be slacking on something and be a bad person, a bad parent, a bad employee or a bad business owner. And I don't think the world is going to crash because you went for a walk for half an hour to clear your head, or you sat in silence for 10 minutes and meditated, or you took a bath, or you went and got your nails done. Whatever it is that brings you joy and you peace, think about those things and try to schedule them into your life a little bit more, because I think we're all at this place where we need those things. And, sitting in front of the computer doesn't count, people. I'm just going to be real honest. It doesn't count. So you have to get out there and do something, even if you're like, well, we're kind of in lockdown, but if you can go for a walk, bundle up, just go for a walk, get some fresh air, be outside for a little bit, even if it is kind of chilly, and just get some fresh air in your lungs is a good thing. Or like I said, take a bath, get some bath salts or some bubble bath, and just take a bath for 15 minutes. Like, you'll be surprised. Light a candle and play some soft music, and you'll be surprised how that can really help clear your energy. There's just so many things. Buy a new magazine. Next time you're at the grocery store, get a new magazine and a bottle of nail polish. Just, do something fun. That's something kind of funny. I ended up buying these Santa mugs at Walmart yesterday. Yeah, do we need Santa mugs? No, we don't need Santa mugs. But I bought these Santa mugs and I put Ryan's coffee in the Santa mug this morning. It was $3 and something, right? And it made him laugh. He's like, oh my gosh, really? But it made him laugh. He thought it was funny. I said, yeah, it'll be so fun to take out these goofy Santa mugs from Walmart, every Christmas and put our coffee in them. So just something simple, something fun, something that just makes you laugh, that keeps you on that positive path, is just things that we all need to be thinking of doing. And remember to do them is what is really important. So, because your day goes by really fast, just like Buddha is alluding to in his quote, and before you know it, your day is all over. And what have you done that's fun? What have you done that's fun? Oh, here's another idea too. So many people have pets. Are you remembering to play with your pet? Are you remembering to walk your dog? Are you remembering to sit and just pet it for 5 minutes? I just got back from my little beach writing session and my 3 dogs actually came right up to me and I sat there for 5 minutes and just petted them. And they were all happy and being cute and behaved for once. And, 5 minutes. 5 minutes, 5 minutes to talk to your pets, to talk to your animals, and, pet them and just put a smile on your face and remain in that very positive place. Because as Ryan and I talked about in our podcast last week, the bonus podcast, actually that's episode 101. This is actually episode 102. I don't number those because those are ones Ryan and I do together. So this is episode 102. It doesn't do you any service to wallow in the mud. I don't care what anyone says. I really don't. And I'm going to post on my blog on the Good Karma Success Coach website in a blog I wrote a couple months ago about toxic positivity. And I just think that anyone that is trying to shame someone else about being positive, it's just really sad. So I don't care if you don't like what I'm saying. It's just the truth. Being positive and working towards being positive is what you need to be thinking about. And yes, we all have bad days and we all have things we have to get through. And sometimes, yeah, things kind of suck. But whatever you can do to remain positive is really important. And I know everyone says shut off the news. Yeah, you're right. Shut off the news. What are you listening to? Who are you talking to? Where are you spending your time? Whose posts are you reading on Facebook? I mean, some of the posts I'm like, really? So definitely anything you can do to remain positive, especially now, is just really important. It's important for the law of attraction. It's important for manifesting. It's important to feel good. It's important for your own psyche. It's important for all the people around you that you can affect with your energy. They can then become positive as well. So check out that blog. I'm going to post it into my website because, yeah, it's just still really relevant. Oh, it's still really relevant. So that's really all I have today. I'm going to be writing more about this because I have so many examples that I have come across lately, and I don't want to make this podcast super long. You hopefully get the point of what I'm talking about. So I will put some of my examples in the writing and just how I shifted my mindset around what was going on around me. Like, what was I reading? What was I listening to? Who was I talking to? Where was I going? So really taking a conscious note about what was going on, and was this going to help me feel good and be in a positive place? Or is this something that I could walk away from and I would feel better if I walked away from, or even not go down a bad path? Is really important. So I'm going to put more of the examples in my writing. But anyhow, I really hope you like this podcast. I have recently, in the last month, it's been a month now, my monthly Mojo Monday newsletter is now every Monday. So I took out the word monthly. So it's just called Monday Mojo Newsletter. And you can sign up for the newsletter on the Good Karma Success Coach website. And when you sign up, you get the free Believe and Take Action daily guide, which will help you feel better. It's a lot of the actions and things that I do. And it kind of starts off with like a little quiz where you get a score, and there's things to think about in journal. So it's more of like a mini workbook, I would say. So we will get that for free, and I would love to have you in that community. And my monthly newsletter, which is now every Monday, has always has tips, always has ideas. So I'm just hoping that they relate to you and they help you, or if you can share them with somebody else and help them. Imagine what it would be like if everyone helped one person every day and how that spread. It would be amazing, right? So I'm going to leave you with this mantra for the week, and I hope you have a beautiful week ahead of you. And the mantra is, I am in a really good place. I am in a really good place. So every time you feel like you are getting a little stuck, something is coming across your path that isn't of the highest and most positive energy, just say something like that to yourself. If you can remember that one, that's awesome. If there's another one you can remember, that's fantastic. The key is remembering to do it and doing it. So I can easily remember I'm in a really good place. If something is coming across, if I happen to have the news on and I'm like, oh, I'm in a really good place. And I can shift my own mindset very quickly to being in a really good place. And that's what's important. We all want to be in a good place. We all want to feel good. We all want all these fabulous things to happen for us. And that's the easiest way to get there, people. So I hope you love this podcast. Again, please share with someone if you think you can help someone else. I always really appreciate it. You can find me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Melinda_Van Fleet. Till next time, be grateful, be curious, always be learning, and you know what? Have some fun too. Thank you for listening.